Hello and welcome to the Lenzing eBranding Masterclass Certification Module 1, Lenzing Certification. What is in it for you? We will start our journey with what Lenzing Certification is all about. Then we focus on the target group for Lenzing Certification, followed by a detailed look into the process, including certification standards, sample requirements, lead times, validities, and use case examples. Finally, we will show you how you can apply step by step for a Lenzing certification. A short recap will summarize the most important learnings, and last but not least, we will have a look at more tutorials to explore. Lenzing certification in a nutshell. What is Lenzing certification? Lenzing certification is part of Lenzing's branding process and ensures the evidence of Lenzing fibers within a fabric. Lenzing's fiber identification technology plays a vital role in the certification process and is building the basis for brand licensing solutions and complementary services such as hang tags and media assets. The 12-digit Lenzing certification number being provided with the certification confirmation letter is the key to unlock opportunities to promote your products by using Lenzing trademarks and fiber claims in your promotional materials. Lenzing brands may only be used on products based on Lenzing certified materials. Who in the textile supply chain can apply for Lenzing certification? It is the fabric mills who apply for Lenzing certification at Lenzing eBranding Service portal. Once the online application form is completed and sent to Lenzing, fabric makers are asked in parallel to send fabric samples to one of our labs for testing. More details on this topic to follow later in this video. Once the application, including fabric testing, is finalized and approved, the applicants will receive a so-called Lenzing certification letter, which shows the 12-digit Lenzing certification number. In the next step, the related mills can then use this number and apply in a separate step for a license themselves. Or they can share the certification number with their supply chain partners so that they can apply for a product license to use Lenzing brands and claims for their final products. Now let's have a closer look at the Lenzing certification process and focus on the certification standards, sample requirements, lead times, and validity periods. We will also explore specific use cases. To qualify for Lenzing certification, the fabric must fulfill following requirements. Regarding fiber content, the fabric must not contain fibers of regenerated cellulose made by fiber producers other than Lenzing. Furthermore, there are several blending rules in place which are listed for your reference. Now let's focus on the minimum fiber percentage of Lenzing origin fibers. In general, fabrics should contain at least 30% of Lenzing origin fibers unless otherwise specified. For exceptions, please have a closer look at this section. To reach the total share of 30%, various Lenzing origin fibers of generic fiber group can be blended. However, and this is very important, only the basic branded offers and marketing options are offered for such fabrics. Here an example. If the fabric contains a blend of 20% Lenzing viscose EV fibers, so Lenzing EcoVero, with Refibra technology, and 10% Lenzing viscose EcoVero fibers, then the Lenzing certification overall standard rule of minimum 30% is fulfilled, and you will get the basic brand licensing offer to promote EcoVero. However, you will not be allowed to promote the Refibra technology, as the Refibra fiber content is not reaching 30%. In this overview, we have listed more examples of what is allowed and not allowed in the certification process. Regarding trademark on samples, we kindly ask you not to send samples for certification that already have our trademarks on the fabric. We will reject those samples for testing and request for new samples without logo to be sent in again. We also require various information and documentation in the certification application process. We will come to this point more in detail later in this video. Our next topic is sampling requirements. As you can see in this overview, we ask for 1 square meter per fabric with the face side marked. Only one sample will be tested, no matter if there are different colors or printed patterns. You will find further sampling requirements in the highlighted section, for example, for indigo dyed denim, mattress ticking, knit sweaters, socks, towels, hand knitting yarn, filling, and rugs. The full list of certification criteria, sampling requirements, and testing methods are available within our Lenzing Certification Standards document at our e-branding service portal. Please make sure to always consider the latest online version. What about lead time and validity period related to Lenzing certification? The lead time for Lenzing certification is 14 working days after receipt of the physical fabric sample and based on a fully and correctly completed online application form. A Lenzing certification is valid for 2 years. In very specific cases, such as for filled products within the home and interior segment, it can go up to 5 years. Let us now explore some Lenzing certification use cases. First question. I have one fabric in 5 different colors or print designs. Do I need to send them all to Lenzing for testing? The answer is no. We issue only one certificate to a fabric that is produced in different colors or print patterns if the following fabric parameters are the same. Same product composition, same yarn specification, same yarn source, same construction, finishing, and fabric weight. If one of these parameters is changing, then you have to apply for certification with a new application form and send a new fabric sample. Second question. Our single jersey and interlock fabrics are made from the same yarn and they are in the same color. Do I need to send them both? The answer is yes. If the fabric construction is different, for example, one single jersey fabric, one interlock fabric, then you have to fill in 2 application forms and send both samples. Third question. I received a certificate for my fabric and produced it for 6 months. Now I changed my yarn source and buy the yarn from a different spinner. Do I need to apply for fabric certification and send a new fabric? The answer is yes, as one important parameter, that is yarn source, changed. Final question. My application form was dismissed. Do I need to resend the fabric? Here the answer is no. Let us now apply step by step for Lenzing certification. After logging into your account at eBranding Service, you start within the tab New Application by selecting either Apparel or Home and Interiors, depending on your main business area. In the next step, you select Lenzing Certification and click on the green button to continue. The next page is a summarized checklist, what you should have prepared in advance before starting a certification application. It also contains further helpful documents. Which information is needed during the online application for Lenzing certification? As you can see in this table, there are 3 areas of interest. First, description-related criteria such as fabric construction, fabric type, finishing state, weight, composition, yarn type, yarn count, yarn composition. Second, traceability-related information such as yarn invoices, name of spinner, delivery notes and sales order number, testing documents. And finally, performance-related information like potential end use and care label instructions. The very first information we are asking in the application is the article name. That is the unique reference of the fabric which identifies the fabric clearly. Please avoid company names, brand names and descriptions of the article like single jersey, lyocell or cotton. The article name cannot be changed later in the application process and will be printed on the Lenzing certification letter. Optionally, you can also provide a product name, for example, a reference of your customers if applicable. Product definition is the next section. It contains information about the finishing state of the fabric and, if applicable, potential end uses, product family, knit type, product type, and also the target group of the end product. The next page is about the fabric's total composition. Please select relevant Lenzing fibers and fill in the composition percentage. If applicable, select blending fibers and fill in the composition percentage. Select others only for cases where there is a special blending partner involved, for example, Lenzing lyocell filament branded under Tencel Lux. In case you are using Lenzing fibers with climate actions, you have to add the relevant IDs, that is delivery note and sales order number. Please ask your supplier for these identification numbers. In the next step, please specify fabric weight and fabric width. Fabric origin comes next. If your company does not produce the fabric, please select "We are sourcing the fabric from a manufacturer to be specified below" and then click Add a new address. If you have already added the supplier in your address book before, then you can select the pre-added supplier out of this list, fill in the supplier product name and/or certification number of the gray product. If the fabric is made by you yourself, please select the product is manufactured by the registered account below. Now you have to specify the yarn or the yarns. It is required to provide yarn information for each yarn. For example, if the fabric is made with 3 yarns, the form will have 3 individual yarn information sections. For yarns containing Lenzing fibers, click Add New Address to fill in the spinner details. In case you have already added the spinner in your address book, then you can select the pre-added spinner out of the provided list. The next process step refers to care label instructions. Please complete all relevant fields. Do not select industrial laundry for garment processes. We ask for care instruction for final garment. Finally, we are in the Upload of Documents area. To speed up the process, please upload documents proving the yarn supply chain, for example, yarn invoice, yarn delivery note. In case you are using Lenzing FR fibers, please upload testing documents proving the performance of your product and confirm the related terms. In a very last step before submitting the form to Lenzing, you will reach the application summary. Please check all summarized information carefully, and if everything is correct, finally click on Submit to Lenzing. Upon submission, you will receive a copy of your application by email. You can also download a PDF copy from the thank you page. A product sample is necessary to complete the Lenzing certification application. You can download the sample accompanying document, shown here at the right-hand side, containing all further details. Once the fabric sample arrives in one of our labs and all information provided in the application is complete and correct, the Lenzing certification team will start to work on your application. As mentioned, you will in parallel receive an email to your inbox. Please also check your spam folder. You can also check your data in the overview of your certificates via the Submitted Applications tab. A certification confirmation letter will be sent to the email address specified in your registration within approximately 14 working days after receipt of your sample. It will contain the 12-digit Lenzing certification number, which is the key to unlock opportunities to promote fabrics as well as final products by using Lenzing trademarks and fiber claims in customers' promotional materials. If you need support, please feel free to contact our e-branding help desk team, either by clicking the Need Help button within our e-branding service platform or mailing them at ebranding.helpdesk@lenzing.com. You may also want to have a look at our comprehensive FAQ section within e-branding service that is accessible for our logged-in users. Time to summarize. Lenzing certification is part of Lenzing's branding process and ensures the evidence of Lenzing fibers within a fabric. Lenzing's fiber identification technology plays a vital role in the certification process and is building the basis for brand licensing solutions and complementary services such as hang tags and media assets. The 12-digit Lenzing certification number is the key to unlock opportunities to promote fabrics as well as final products by using Lenzing trademarks and fiber claims in customers' promotional materials. Lenzing brands may only be used on products based on Lenzing certified materials and having a valid product license in place. To qualify for Lenzing certification, the fabric must be in accordance with the Lenzing Certification Standards. For fabric traders and other companies not actively producing the fabric, we offer the sub-certification option within eBranding Service. For more details, kindly listen into our educational video Sub-certification. Just ask for help in case of interest. Congratulations! You now successfully finished the certification module CM1, Lenzing Certification. Curious to learn more? Find out more about eBranding Service and our offers at eBranding Masterclass. Next to various self-study tutorials available in different languages, you can also register for our live sessions or request one for you and your team. Feel free to contact us at ebrandingmasterclass@lenzing.com and we will be happy to recommend suitable eBranding Masterclass tutorials for you. Thank you and stay tuned.